In this video, we will analyze how regulations can resolve market failure caused by underestimation of private costs in the market of gaming using the FEED or FEED framework. The first step, F, stands for free market equilibrium. Here, we'll need to establish the free market equilibrium. Assuming no externalities, marginal private benefit equals to marginal social benefit, and marginal private cost equals to marginal social cost. Due to underestimation of marginal private costs, the free market quantity is at QF, where marginal private benefit equals to marginal private cost perceived. The government will thus intervene with regulations to highlight legally binding behavior. For example, in China, since 2021, the government has set a limit for youths under 18 to only be able to play video games for up to 3 hours each week in order to combat the overconsumption of gaming. The second step, E, is to look at the policy's effect on MPB or MPC. Here, from the figure, and assuming no externalities, penalties for infringing the regulations would increase the private cost of gaming for consumers, and thus, their marginal private cost perceived increases and now coincides with marginal private cost actual, basically shifting the MPC perceived curve up to where MPC actual is. The third step, also E, stands for equilibrium changes. Even though consumers' info gap isn't bridged, out of fear of getting penalties, consumers will reduce consumption from QF to the socially efficient quantity QS, where MPC actual equals to MPB, thus resolving overconsumption. The final step, D, is dead weight loss elimination. Directly address the endpoint of the policy mechanism, which is stating that the policy thus eliminates dead weight loss and allocative efficiency is achieved in the market. Regulation comes with its own set of strengths and limitations. The feasibility of regulations depends on the government's ability to enact, monitor, and enforce these regulations. Regulations also require financing, such as wages for labor hired to monitor consumer behavior. However, this can be financed through the fines collected from consumers who infringe these regulations. Secondly, in terms of effectiveness, if the regulations come with warnings, such as warning labels on alcohol and cigarettes, this can actually deal with the root cause of imperfect information. Regulation against misleading and exaggerated advertisements can also reduce the salience bias, where consumers previously focused too much on eye catching claims in advertisements and ignored more important but less visible information. Lastly, in terms of side effects, regulations impede the free market, which can result in surpluses and shortages that are not able to clear on their own via the price adjustment process. This can result in black markets, which may incur greater costs on society and taxpayers. Regulations also deny consumers of their sovereignty, as they cannot choose when and how much to consume, such as in the case of the gaming limit in China, where under 18s can only game up to 3 hours.